Hello and welcome back to another episode of Lady Applejack Speaks VA. This is a VA channel here on YouTube that focuses on the Netflix series Stranger Things. So if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. If you're not familiar with my channel, which essentially means you're new, I am doing a current series for EddieXFemale listener, and that series is roughly 11 episodes, I believe. So if you're not familiar with the storyline, I do strongly advise you to go listen to the storyline and then come back to this. That way you have a clear understanding of the time frame we're looking at, the situations we're looking at, and female listener who has a bit of a backstory. So let's talk about tonight's episode. Tonight's episode is episode 9, part 1. There is going to be a two-parter with this episode. Sorry I keep having parts, you guys, but I have a good reason for this one. So this episode in particular is dedicated to two of our subscribers, Love Simp and Maggie's Bakery. Hi, guys. So you both sent in some really interesting requests, some really good requests, and I at first was going to treat them differently, but looking at them, I could see how they could kind of overlay and coincide with each other. So I decided I was going to do a superscript with both of the situations that you guys requested. And wow, you guys, it was a challenge. Just to preface, my scripts typically are 3 to 4 pages long, which kind of equivalates to, I would say, roughly 15 minutes per script when recorded. This one is going to be experimental because it is 8 pages long. Don't know how it's going to turn out, but hopefully it turns out great. In addition, there are multiple key roles in the script. It's not going to be just Eddie's point of view or listener's point of view. It's going to be a multitude of people. So we're going to have Eddie as just him voicing, and Eddie, his internal or his fourth wall, whatever you want to call it, narrative. Listener is going to have a little bit of a narrative too. And then we have 3 other people that's going to be introduced into the episode that play really big key roles in the episode. In addition, we also have Nancy. Nancy is going to kind of do like a guest spot. So I will try my best to get the voices down as much as I can. Just bear with me. So with that said, let me talk to you about the rating next. The rating that we are using is actually going to be a totally different rating than what I've been using in the past. So if you're familiar with my episodes, you know that I use movie ratings like rated G, rated PG, PG13, and rated R. This one was not a strong contender for rated R, but it wasn't necessarily a strong contender for PG-13. So I have created a new rating, which is PG-15. And with this rating, this is what you're going to be looking for. Strong language with triggers such as bullying, harassment, body dysmorphia, and eating disorders. And when I say triggers, I mean full-blown triggers. These are not going to be just vaguely mentioned. They're actually active in the key storyline. So listener discretion is strongly, strongly advised. If you feel uncomfortable about that, you might want to skip this episode. Don't worry, though. If you have to skip this episode and you want to at least get like a summary or something, go on to Instagram, message me, and I'll see what I can do about just summarizing what happened and leaving out those triggers for you. One of my main things, the reason why I do this channel is because I not only want to entertain people, but I also want to make them feel comfortable. I don't want anybody to feel triggered or upset by any of the content inside my scripts. So I will do whatever that takes. If that means I just summarize what happened, what you missed, I'll be happy to do that. Again, just reach out to me on Instagram. My Instagram account is listed in the description box below, and I check it at least a couple times a day. So heads up on that if you need it. Let's see, what else can I tell you? So this is episode 9, part 1. It's most likely going to be a 2-parter. The date, you guys know how much I love exact dates, is coincidentally February 14th, 1986. And I say coincidentally because usually, if you guys have been following my scripts, I usually have them start on Fridays or Saturdays, sometimes the occasional Monday. It just really depends. I wanted this one to fall on Friday, and of course, to make the time frame work, it fell on February 14th. So I had to go with it. There is going to be a little bit of cliche in it, and you'll see where that is as I go through the script with you tonight. Time frame is, it's Friday, it's lunch period. So, you know, get in line for that. And then the title of this episode is EddieXFemale Listener, I Want to Be Sedated. If you're familiar with that song, it's a Ramones song, so I hope you all are. Awesome. But if you aren't familiar with the Ramones or that song, I'm going to put my musician hat on and tell you to get your butt over to a music site and listen to some Ramones, because they are chef's kiss. Anyway, yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the script, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. You have been back in school for less than a month now since your car accident, and already you hate it. You were always known as the odd girl out, being that you were dating the super senior, the king of freaks, the one, Eddie Munson. It never bothered you. You felt lucky to have a partner as loving, doting, and selfless as Eddie. He was patient as you tried working through your childhood trauma. He was always putting family first, including his Hellfire family, and he worked very, very hard, especially in the past 3 months. Eddie, no surprise to you, kept his word. He went with you to all your physical therapy appointments, and he made sure to help you around your new home whenever possible. And he also picked up taking you to work and bringing you home from work and taking you anywhere else you needed to go. He understood the fact that you were terrified to get behind a wheel of a car, and he wasn't about to push you to do that. All the while doing all this, he was working his school assignments, doing extra credit wherever he could, working at the auto garage in town, dealing and delivering the occasional pizza. He was very, very busy. You still struggled with the memory of that night of your accident. You have points where you can remember certain things, and then there's some things that just you can't remember. You don't remember speeding. You don't remember the roads being that bad. You vaguely remember bright beams of light hitting your mirror on your windshield. But anything else is kind of a blur. While you were trying to work out your fears and anxiety from that accident, you also worried about Eddie. Besides the fact that he was running himself into the ground physically, but with a smile on his face, you were scared that he was going to eventually change his mind about being with you. But you hid that fear so deep in your head that as you're thinking about it, you're so terrified that you're going to speak it out loud and something would happen. Like your fear would come to fruition and he would decide that he could not take any more with you. He hadn't mentioned marriage in some time, and this only made you more concerned. Did he not want to be with you anymore? You were still using that stupid cane to get around school, and it made you stick out like a sore thumb. It didn't help matters that you felt like you were already unattractive, that whenever you would look into a full body mirror, you cringed. Am I starting to get a hunch from carrying that stupid cane? Have I gained weight? Does my face look rounder? Just when you talk yourself out of it, that's when things get complicated. Sure, you could theorize and say you started, you were still the same size before the accident, and you're starting to be able to walk better. And gradually with time, you probably won't even need that stupid cane. Hopefully by prom. But then the alphas come storming in and they torture you and pick on you when nobody else is looking. You know, Chrissy, I really think listener needs to lay off those cupcakes. Yeah, she's starting to get a big ass. I mean, not that it wasn't ginormous before. I still just don't understand why Eddie the Freak Munson is still with her. I mean, especially after Chrissy offered to date him. What a charity case. He could have traded up. Can you imagine? As usual, Chrissy doesn't say anything. She keeps quiet as her little minions keep on their loud banter, knowing fully well that you are listening to every word they say. You had just finished PE and were standing at the full-length mirror in the back of the locker room. You were wearing your towel around you because you just treated yourself to taking one of Hawkins High's infamous lukewarm showers. Today had been volleyball day, and while you were still good at serving, you were slower with your coordination anymore, thus making you an easy target for the girls to bully and accidentally smack you with the ball. You never would tell Eddie that this was happening, though. One, because you were technically not supposed to participate in PE for another 2 weeks. And two, because it would just piss him off. He needed to focus on graduating rather than dealing with your problems. Hey, listener! You do realize that staring into that mirror isn't going to make you pretty or thinner, right? You know, just some advice. Or maybe she thinks that if she stares long enough, she'll be able to walk again and not be a total cripple freak. Listener, are you thinking about auditioning for the school play? It's going to be Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I think you would make a great bell tower freak. Oh, Judy, that was so good. Guys, come on. Let's go to lunch. Right. We should go before this cow of Munson's chows down on all the food. Chrissy silently walks past you, her eyes downcast toward the floor. The leader of the bullying made sure to bump into your side good and hard before leaving the now empty locker room, kind of pushing you off your footing a little. You breathe a sigh of relief, though, because now that they're gone, you could finally make your way over to that scale. You have been staring at that scale for probably a good 15 minutes now. With trepidation, you extend your foot out and gently graze the edge of the pedestal with the tip of your big toe. You weighed yourself this morning before you left the house and away from the prying eyes of Eddie. You swore softly as the big hand on the face of the scale shifted and fell on 115. Not good enough. So you do what you thought would be the best thing. You forced yourself to throw up, to purge the handful of wheat thins that you had forced yourself to eat to keep Eddie at bay. But it wasn't like he would notice anything was going on anyway. You two hadn't been intimate since the accident, and even if that was the case, he was so busy and so tired. It wouldn't be his fault to not notice. He's only human. He wouldn't have noticed that you were gradually eating less and less. You let out a very shaky sigh before stepping fully onto the scale, sliding the small weight along its arm until it is perfectly balanced. 109. That's not good enough. Meanwhile, Eddie is walking out of his last class. Oh, shit. So glad that class is over. Lunch and then 3 more classes, and me and listener can finally go home. It's a rare occasion that I have a night off anymore. I made sure to have this one off, though. It's Valentine's Day, after all, and I have big plans for my girl tonight. I had begged my shop boss for the night off and made it a point not to have Hellfire Club tonight. I want to spend a little time with listener because honestly, I feel kind of bad. I feel as if I'm neglecting her, and sure, she would be the first to tell me off by now if that was the case, but I'm trying to stay one step ahead. I had planned everything out for that evening. Nancy was going to come by the house and take listener to the mall to get some shopping done while I hightailed it home and start dinner. With the help of the home ec teacher during my study hall, I was able to come up with a menu that even I, Eddie Munson, could not screw up. Nancy was going to give me a couple hours to get dinner ready and set the perfect evening at home. I may have also asked listener's physical therapist if it was too soon, in the words of Olivia Newton-John, to get physical. I managed to ask at the last appointment when listener was preoccupied with something else. It was with a sigh of relief when he said that our extracurricular activities had the green light. Finally, something normal. I'm not totally oblivious to the fact that listener has been bummed out lately. She hates relying on me to help her with stuff that she was fully capable of doing on her own. She especially hates being the only kid in school that has to use a cane to get around. But from my knowledge, everyone was being pretty chill and supportive of her. If I wasn't around to keep her company, our friends stepped right in to intervene. I made my way to the lunch hall and I decided I was going to go get my usual fries and maybe a soda before I made my way back to my table. Everyone was there except, oddly, listener. Hey, Henderson. Hey, Wheeler. Has anyone seen listener today? No one? Henderson, come on. You buttheads disappoint me with your lack of observation. Oh, good. Nancy. Okay. Nancy, maybe you can tell me if you've seen my future wife today? Yeah, I'm still going to ask her tonight. You know I'm a sucker for using the most cliche night of the year to propose. Which, may I remind all of you fucktards that you are not to come to my house this weekend, like, at all. I'm spending the whole weekend with my girlfriend, most likely in bed. Laugh it up, Henderson. Laugh it up. Anyways, Nance, back to my main concern. Have you seen listener today? I think she might have PE last, but today was volleyball day, so she wouldn't be sitting that out, would she? I mean, I would think she would. It's possible. Have you tried looking for her in the gym? Maybe she's hanging around afterwards. No, I haven't gone there. I'll go check. Why not? Do you think you could come with me just in case she's like in the locker room or something? Awesome. Okay. Thanks, sweet pea. Ow! Fuck. All right. No pet names for the godmother of my future spawn. Jesus, lead away. Well, the gym's empty, so listener certainly isn't here. Oh wait, isn't that her backpack over here? Oh, she left her backpack in the stands. Well, that typically means that she isn't far, so I'll go check the locker room, okay? I'll be right back, Eddie. Okay, thanks, Nance. Guess I'll just wait here. Let me grab her backpack. Okay. Listener! Hey, listener, are you in? Oh my god, listener? Eddie! Nance? What's with all the shouting? Get in here, I need your help. Listener is passed out. What? What the hell happened? Did you fall? Oh, shit. Oh no. Baby? Hey, baby. Oh, it looks like she's coming too. Don't crowd her. Listener? Baby, what happened? You slipped? Okay. Do you think we need to go take you to the nurse, maybe? Or The hospital? Did you hit your head or anything? Baby, please, just calm down. There's no need to yell at me. Listener, you really should go get checked out. I mean, okay, listener, you are saying no, and as you're saying no, you're pulling the towel around you tighter. You simply lost your footing. That's what you're going to stick to. You don't need another trip to the hospital or to see the school nurse. You're fine. Pass it off as you're fine. Oh, come on, listener. At least let me take you to the nurse to get looked at. You look exhausted. Panic grips you as you listen to Eddie try to convince you to go to the nurse. You think about walking down to the nurse's station, and around that time lunch will likely be releasing, and all of them, all of the alphas will see you, and they'll just start making fun of you all over again, and it'll be another sleepless night and another night of counting calories, and the tears start welling up in your eyes. Meanwhile, Eddie's eyes soften at the sight. Okay, we don't have to go down to the nurse's office, all right? In fact, let's just get you home, okay? Eddie, are you sure? I mean, do you still need help? Oh, no, I'm good, Nancy. Thank you. Okay, let's get you up, sweetheart. All right. That's going to leave a mark. Looks like your shoulder's a little bruised. Let's get you dressed, okay? Listener, what's wrong? What do you mean? Why aren't you looking at me? Better yet, and why are you asking me to wait outside? I've seen you naked many times before. Nancy, can you give us a minute? Thank you. Okay, listener, what the hell's going on? You know, you could either clam up or you can tell me what's wrong and I can fix it. You have been really stressed out lately, and listener, what the fuck is going on? Just talk to me. You've been getting harassed? By who? The alphas? The cheerleaders? But I don't understand. They've never bothered you before, so it's Chrissy, isn't it? She's sicking her lapdog bitches on you because I refuse to go out with her. Unbelievable. What has she said? So she hasn't said anything to you, but she hasn't stopped the others from bothering you. Am I right? No, absolutely not. This ends now. I'm going to go put a stop to this. Listener, let go of my arm. Please. I mean it, let go. Jesus. Listener. Baby. God, what the hell have you done? During the struggle to stop Eddie from finding the alphas, your towel slips and falls to the floor. Eddie sees your naked body for the first time, and nearly 2 months, and his jawline goes slack. Baby, Jesus Christ, you're nothing but bones. What the fuck poison have these bitches been feeding you? When was the last time you ate? And I'm not saying a handful of chips. I'm saying a full meal. When was the last time you ate a full fucking meal? That was 2 days ago, listener. Jesus, I don't know what's worse. The fact that I didn't notice those bitches were picking you apart, or the fact that I haven't even noticed that you aren't eating. Get dressed. I'm having Gareth drive you home. I'll be there as soon as I handle this. You will do as I say. Please, listener. I promise I won't do anything stupid. Just please go home. I'll be right there. I love you. I'll be home soon, okay? Gareth, as always, came through. He cut shop class so he could drive listener home and make sure she got settled in. His assurance was enough to convince me that I could handle business without the fear of listener being alone. I don't know what I was thinking as I made my way back to the lunchroom. I was cutting it close because the bell was about to ring, but I was determined. I walked past my table, and as I did so, I could feel the eyes of my friends following me as I strode up to the Alpha's table. I could feel my face heat up at the sight of those cheerleaders and dipshit Carver smirking and spewing their verbal bullshit to anybody that is so pathetic to listen. You want something, freak? I don't believe in hitting a woman, so you're just gonna have to fucking do. You and your bitch girlfriend and those side pieces of yours have gone too fucking far this time. Oh, God. I don't know what you're talking about, you stupid prick. I bet you do. Those bitches have apparently been harassing my girlfriend ever since she returned to school, and I have a hunch that you might be encouraging it. Oh, really? Why would I waste my energy on some fat cripple like your girlfriend? You know, it's a real shame that she had that little accident of hers, isn't it? Oh, God. She would probably be halfway decent if it wasn't for that. You know, it's crazy. I'm pretty surprised she lost control of her car on that little road towards Lover's Lake. Oh, wait, that wasn't in the police report, was it? Yeah. Didn't seem that slick to me that night when I forced her off the road. You did what? Do you honestly think I wouldn't follow you and Chrissy back to your shithole trailer that night, Munson? Jesus, you're stupider than what I thought you would be. I was okay with just being your ass, but then I seized an even better opportunity. It was pretty easy, especially when I rode up on your girlfriend's banger car with my brights on. Eye for an eye. as they say. You son of a bitch. He did it. He nearly killed her, and now he was trying to do it all over again. I felt the adrenaline rush through me so much that I didn't even notice that I had punched Jason in the face multiple times, breaking his nose and bloodying up his lower lip with the mood ring that I wore on my right hand. I felt feral. I wanted to destroy him, to kill him. I wanted to rip him to shreds, sew him back together, and do it all over again. I lunged forward to deliver my wrath, but was quickly pulled back by two male teachers. I heaved out a raspy breath as they dragged me out of the lunch hall and down to the principal's office. The only thing scarier than a suspension right now was going to be how upset listener would be once she found out about this. Whew. Okay, that's the end of episode 9, part 1. As I said, a lot going on, and there was a lot of voices, and I hope that I did them justice and I didn't confuse everyone in the process. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts, likes, comments, feedback. All could go inside the little comment section below. If you have a request, I am keeping a request listing right now. So I'm gradually working my way through those, and I'll be happy to add more. So if you have a request, don't be shy. This is a safe space. Throw them down in the comments below, and I'll be happy to put them on the list and work some magic. If you like this video, please like it with like a little thumbs up. And if you're new and you're just starting to get into the story of Eddie and ex-female listener, then feel free to subscribe. And that's it. This is a long audio, so I apologize in advance, and I apologize that it took me so long to get it out. But hopefully it was worth the wait and you guys enjoy it. And yeah, I'll chat with everyone on the next one. Bye!